Welcome to this video. This video is going to be basically, I'm going to go over some historical facts of the Royal Rumble. Going to be a couple of things I'm going to mention on a couple of occasions. A lot of that has to do with, I'm going to say, hey, okay, this is happening this year, then, but I'm going to also probably mention, like, hey, again, with it was having like something similar stuff happen like that too. So, okay, so but the first Royal Rumble occurred in 1988, and in the United States, it was on the USA Network. It came from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It only had 20 participants, and Bret Hitman Hart was the very first. Was number one. And it was won by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I'm not sure if which one was Counter Program, but I'm thinking it might be the NWA, but the NWA had a pay-per-view that night as well called the Bunkhouse Stampede with a Bunkhouse Stampede match. Basically, that's a battle royal that's inside a cage. So, in order to eliminate your opponent, you have to throw them out of the cage, not out of the ring, out of the cage, all the way out of the cage. So this is one of those cages where the cage is actually on the ring side of the ring itself. So it's not like Hell in the Cell or the Elimination Chamber cages. I guess close to similar to the like what they use for the walk-ins, but wondering that too. So the following year, in 1989, was the first Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and that came from in Houston, Texas. The winner was Big John Studd. Joshua was the first one to have 30 men in the Royal Rumble. And one of my favorite tag teams at the time was Demolition. And so number one was Axe, and number two was Smash. Or maybe it was the other way around, but first two were Axe and Smash, and they just looked at each other. And when the bell rang, they started beating the crap out of each other. And as a note, even though this was the first one with 30, in 2011, there was 40 men. And before I go on, I just want to mention, majority of these stats I'm going to be talking about are from the regular Rumble pay-per-views. So I'm not including like the Greatest Royal Rumble or any Royal Rumble that was on Raw or SmackDown or a house show. This is going to be from the Royal Rumble's pay-per-views, PLEs, and the USA Network one. But any looking from that has already been eclipsed several times over. In 1992, Ric Flair won the vacant WWF title in the Royal Rumble match itself. He came out to number 3, excuse me, and not many people who consider this as the greatest Royal Rumble of all time because of the star power. Until 2025, I think, since it's being, I've known if you're watching this after February 1st, 2025, that could have easily changed because the 2025 one is, at least the men's one, is very star-studded, and there's like legitimately like several guys you could win the title, win the WrestleMania thing. But let's move on. That's a separate video. In 1993 was the first time that the Royal Rumble winner would challenge for the WrestleMania, not WrestleMania, but WWF Championship at WrestleMania and Yokozuna won that one. In 1994, the first and only tie, or official tie, I should say, and I'll get more to it in a couple of minutes, happened with between Hitman Hart and Lex Luger. Both their feet landed on the concrete floor at the same time. Basically, and they were declared co-winners. So basically, there was no cameras in position to see them either man land on the concrete floor. So we don't know if they actually, well, there are rumors to where one of them did. Like, I'm not sure which one. I can't remember which one, but I remember seeing that. And so, but there weren't cameras. I think for that specific reason. Nowadays, that couldn't happen. They were trying to do that because of cell phones. Someone could have the iPhone, Android, whatever type of smartphone you have, and see, that is Bret Hart's foot. He actually lost the match, or that's Lex Luger's foot. He touched first. See, and about that, and so you got that. So with cell phones now, that won't happen. But like there are a couple of instances that will bring up with the next few minutes about similar instances of happening. In 1995, Shawn Michaels won the award from the number 2 spot as he eliminated the British Bulldog, who was number 1. And that's, I think, the first of 3 or 4 times that's happened. At least it happened one of them. I think it's happened 2 other times with the guys, except those other 3 instances. Number 1, I think, one I think, maybe happened with Rey Mysterio as well when he was number 2, I think. So it's happened like 4 or 5 times. It happens more times beyond this, but Shawn Michaels won from the number 2 spot. Like I said, and when he eliminated the Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, Davey Boy Smith actually thought he won the match. The music came on, but the bell did not ring. Reason was, when Shawn Michaels, and they had video footage of this too. When he was thrown over, he hung on to the rope. One foot did touch the ground, but you had to have both the feet touching the ground, so he was able to pull himself up and get back to me, and was able to toss out Davey Boy Smith. And with that kind of, think of something like Kofi Kingston when, well, that's the biggest one. I know that's not the only time, but think like someone like Kofi Kingston where he lands on the steel steps, or he lands on a chair, something like that, or it's happened a couple of times where someone, like I think it's Daniel Bryan, where he got thrown out, he got in, and Kane caught him. So, except Kane actually dropped him though. But if he put Kane, Daniel Bryan back in the ring, Daniel Bryan would not have been eliminated. So that's basically how he won. He wasn't cheating. He just to his advantage. In '96, Shawn Michaels became the second person to win back-to-back Royal Rumbles. The first being Hulk Hogan in 90 and 91, and Cody Rhodes did it in 23 and 24 as well. In 1997, Stone Cold Steve Austin won his first of 3 Royal Rumbles, but he did this in a sneaky fashion. But Hitman Hart eliminated him, but the referees didn't see it because all the referees were busy trying to make sure a wrestler was okay. So he was able to get in. He ended up eliminating Vader and Undertaker at the same time. They eliminated Bret the Hitman Hart. And Hart, of course, was livid. And so, this was in 97, so between now and November, a lot of things happened, obviously, but let's see. Vader, since Vader, Undertaker, Austin, and Hart were the last 4 men, they were going to do a Final Four, in-house Final Four in February, yeah, I guess it was February of '97. And the winner was going to be the number one contender for the WWE Championship, except Shawn Michaels claimed he was hurt, and it was injured, so he forfeited the title, and he no one really believed him because supposedly he didn't want to lose lose to Bret Hart at WrestleMania. But I don't know if that's true or not. But so Austin never got the title shot that year. So the next two times, obviously, he did. See, in 1999, Mr. McMahon lasted the longest time with one elimination. Meaning at 56 minutes. So in 56 minutes, you only need one person. Because a lot of times, when you've been that long, you don't eliminate several people. But he stood out outside the ring most of the match, anyways. Because he was, I believe, number 2. Because Austin was number 1, and Austin was the person he eliminated. And of note, he next night on Raw, he said that he was going to something to the effect that he was not going to go for the championship. Shawn Michaels, with the general manager of WWE, said, okay, that means Austin now is going to be going to WrestleMania to fight for the title. So that kind of backfired on him. In 2000, so how I was talking about Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart and Lex Luger a few minutes ago. This is a botched one that not quite a tie, but they had cameras in position. The Walker won it, but there's footage of his foot landing before the Big Shows. So both of them got eliminated at the same time. Went over the ropes at the same time. So the Big Show technically should have won this match. They didn't put this into a storyline and had the Big Show and Rock face off at the following months in Your House. I guess there's No Way Out in Your House, maybe, where the Rock actually ended up winning the match. In 2001, Austin won his third and final Royal Rumble, which is the record for most Rumble wins. In 2004, but Chris Benoit won the. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. Benoit was one for the number 1 spot, and the Big Show became the first person to finish second twice. So technically speaking, the first time was against The Rock in 2000. So this happens like 5 or 6 times altogether, but I'll go through those names in a couple minutes. In 2005, there was another bot ending, and this time it actually appears to be an actual tie, though. It was Batista and John Cena were the last 2 men in the ring, and both their feet landed in the ring at the same. I mean, on the ring, but on the arena floor at the same time. And it's like there's no conclusive who won. So it's like basically saying, one time they didn't want that to happen, it happened, and one time they wanted it to happen, it may not have happened, meaning a tie. So this is the Royal Rumble where Vince McMahon comes out, doing his power walk, and that was not it. That is did. Got in the ring, he tore one of his quads. And they're like, okay, I'm going to go on to more. They tears his other quad, and that's when you see him sitting on the ring apron, blocking arms. This match is going to restart. So kind of weird thing. And in 2007, Undertaker became the first man to win the Royal Rumble, coming from the number 30 spot. And this year, he's gone by several names. I was run by Mabel, King Mabel, Big Daddy V. He had 8 men. It took 8 men to eliminate him. The previous record was, I believe, 7 by Mabel. So the top 2 spots by most people to eliminate one person. Top 2 spots are by the same person, from the same person. So he's a big guy, big heavy guy. In 2008, John Cena was a surprise entrant in the Rumble at number 30-1. He's no surprise because he was injured and wasn't supposed to be back for 2 or 3 months. So speedy recovery. In 2014, Roman Reigns set at the time, the most eliminations in the single Royal Rumble with 12. I know Hogan did this, and I can't remember who the other one was, but so previous to this, the record was 10. And this was broken by Brock Lesnar a couple years later. Well, more than a couple years later, 6 years later. Batista ended up winning this Royal Rumble match, and this was his first match in WWE since he left 4 years earlier. And this match was also CM Punk's last match in WWE until 2013. He had wrestled Dominic Mysterio at a couple of live events, and then this was also Punk's last televised match until the 2024 Royal Rumble. In 2016, the WWE Championship was defended in the Royal Rumble match itself for the first time ever. So far, the only time ever, too. Roman Reigns was champion, and he came out early. He came out either 1 or 2 because AJ Styles was number 3. In Roman, I think it was in the ring when AJ came out, and that was his debut. Let's see, and Triple H, who ended up winning the match, he came out number 30. In 2018, you had the first women's Royal Rumble match. It was won by Asuka. And this was the main event. And post-match, Ronda Rousey comes out and does the finger pointing at the WrestleMania banner at the Royal Rumble. In 2019, Nia Jax actually competed in both the men's and women's Royal Rumble. She was announced. She came out. I think she was semi-announced for this, but got eliminated. I think there were like 5 or 6 people to eliminate her. So that's the record for most people to eliminate you. You also got I don't know what I was talking about, but I know I was talking about Nia Jax before I went off topic. But Nia was in both Royal Rumbles that day in 2019. She attacked R-Truth and ended up taking his spot in the match. And she got turned in like an RKO and a 619 for trouble. So she got ended up getting eliminated. In 2020, Edge and MVP returned to the WWE for the first time since 2011 and 2010, respectively. Brock Lesnar entered number 1. He was a WWE champion at the time and didn't think that there were any credible people to face him at the Royal Rumble that day or in WrestleMania 36. He ended up eliminating 13 people. Not only did he eliminate 13 people, they were 13, he eliminated them consecutively. So numbers 2 through 14, I guess. 2 get eliminated by Drew McIntyre, who came out at number 16. Ricochet was in the ring and gave him a low blow. And then, I can't think of his name, Drew McIntyre just threw him out of the ring to eliminate him. In 2022, Brock Lesnar had lost the WWE, I believe the WWE Championship to Bobby Lashley. So he ended up entering the Rumble itself at number 30 and won it. See, this is trade. Yeah, and when Rousey came back from her maternity leave. Well, she technically was on maternity leave though. That's not why she left originally. She wanted to start a family. That's why she left. But she wasn't pregnant yet. But this was her first match, and she ended up winning it. Also, Mickie James was a surprise entrant. She was the first non-TNA person, contracted wrestler to appear in the Royal Rumble, as opposed to in TNA, as I'm trying to say. In 2024, you had a bunch of debuts, like Jade Cargill made her WWE in-ring debut. Jordynne Grace made, she was the TNA Knockouts champ at the time. She made her debut. And Naomi made a return at this pay-per-view. Cody Rhodes won the Rumble for the second consecutive year, becoming I guess the fourth person, third person to win back-to-back years. Other two being Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan. CM Punk, this was like I mentioned, this was his first televised match with this Royal Rumble. And that's all I got for that. Also, Andrade made his WWE return during this match as well. So, go a little bit more detailed stats. Number 30 has been won, for the men, has been won 5 times, which is the most times any number has been won. And the men that won it was Undertaker 2007, John Cena 2009, or 2008, Triple H in 2016, like I mentioned earlier, Lesnar in 2022, I mentioned that as well, and Cody in 2023. So all those were who won from the number 30 spot. There have been 4-1 at the number 1 spot. 3 of them were men. Shawn Michaels in 1995, Chris Benoit in 2004, and ends in 2021. And Rhea Ripley is the only one to win from number 1, and that was in 2023. Roman Reigns has been runner-up 4 times, and Big Show, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, John Cena, and Eddie Orton have been runner-ups twice, as well as Charlotte and Liv Morgan being runner-up twice too, and Liv Morgan did back-to-back years. Only 2 women who've done that twice. Kane has been in the most Royal Rumbles at 20. Liv Morgan, Natalia has the record for the women at 7 apiece. See, Hulk Hogan Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, Edge, and Cody Rhodes have each won multiple times for the Rumble, and no woman has won it twice yet. Women in men's Royal Rumble, China twice in 1999, 2005. Beth Phoenix in 2010. Karma, also known as Awesome Kong, signed WWE in 2012, and Nia Jax did in 2019, and is the only person to be in both Royal Rumbles on the same day as well. Santino Marella is the only man to be in the women's Royal Rumble, and it's actually Santino, but he was at one point saying that he was Santino. For the women, the number 3 and number 28 spots have had 2 winners each. Bianca Belair and Bayley for number 3, and Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey at number 28. Gunther has the longest time spent in the Royal Rumble match. Well, the longest one is Daniel Bryan, but that's the greatest Royal Rumble stats, so I'm not including those stats. So the actual one is actually Gunther in 2023 at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 46 seconds. Chris Jericho has before Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio has the record for being the longest, he also wanted to win it that same year, and Rey was in it for 62 minutes, so 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 12 seconds. Chris Benoit, Chris Benoit has the most cumulative time in the Rumble at 4 hours, 59 minutes, and 33 seconds. Santino Marella has the shortest time, I think overall, and for the men at 1.9 seconds in 2009. Edge has the shortest time at 7 minutes and 19 seconds. As the winner, as the winner, he was only in the ring for 7 minutes and 19 seconds before he actually won the match. Bayley has the longest time spent in the Royal Rumble, in a single Royal Rumble, at 1 hour, 3 minutes and 5 seconds in 2024, which set the record by a minute after Bianca Belair got eliminated. Belair also has the longest cumulative time at 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 28 seconds. There's a tie for the women for the shortest title, shortest Royal Rumble entrant, and Chelsea Green in 5 seconds in 2023, and so Logan O'Reilly in 2024. So the most eliminations was Brock Lesnar at 13 in 2020, which is also the most consecutive eliminations straight. Kane has the most eliminations overall, 46. There's a tie for women for eliminations with Shayna Baszler at 8 in 2020, Bianca Belair 8 also in 2020, and Nia Jax is 8 in 2024. So Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are tied for the most eliminations overall at 20. Wrestlers who eliminated themselves over the years include Andre the Giant in 1989, Ahmed Johnson 1997, Neil Mascara in 1997 as well, Kane in 1999, Drew Carey in 2001, Mick Foley, 2004, MVP, 2010, Matt Hardy, 2018, and Pat McAfee, 2024. With the women, Santina Morel, 2020, and Carmella in 2021. And this is self-explanatory, I guess, with that. One thing is, that gives, is like, if a pilot rule like in the mid-90s, when Savage would have been eliminated 1 year last year, then we should have been, because he went up the top rope, someone outside, and they were giving excuses to why he was still in the match. In 1998, Mick Foley entered the Royal Rumble 3 times as 3 of his most famous personas. That being Texas Jack, Mankind, and Ric Flair. And that happens a lot too, where you have family come along with you to see how everything is. And one other thing before I forget is that, except for the special on the USA Network, majority of the Royal Rumbles for the first decades, maybe longer, was totally different from what different like on us. I don't know what I was going to say. Back up a little bit. The first Royal Rumble was on a Sunday during the playoffs, but what do I say about being on Sundays? Okay, I'm not sure what year they went full time on Sundays, but for a while they were doing the pay-per-view on Saturdays, because usually they would eventually have the Royal Rumble the weekend, of the AFC and NFC Championship games. So, but yeah, on Saturday, so it won't have to compete with the NFL playoffs. So if there's any want to disagree with my I disagree, then this is the wrong video. If there's any facts that you think I missed, I should say, please comment below. And let's remember another fact, that in theory it's supposed to be 2 minutes in between each participant. So a couple times I did it 1 minute. It's been a couple times a minute and a half. And I remember over the years I have taped, when I watched the Royal Rumble, how much time was in between dispatch and so forth. So, but yeah, I've got a bunch of family who are now doctors and nurses and stuff. So do that. But now I want to thank you for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.